it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with my July wrap-up. I wanted to share with you all of the books that I have read in July because I read a good chunk. Let's jump right into it. First up is the Stage Dive series, beginning at least, by Kylie Scott. This is Lick and Play. These were recommended to me by Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads. I will list her down below. She raves about this series, and oh, I get it. This is about a very highly successful rock band. It goes through each one of the band members. So this first one is their lead singer slash songwriter. This one is about their drummer. Their drummer, Mal, is everything. I loved him. I was okay with Davey, but Mal is kind of like fantastic. I have the rest of these in my Nook, so I will be reading these hopefully in August. They were really quick. I read these the first week of July when I was on vacation up by the pool, and it was perfection. Fantastically smutty, absolutely over the top, so phenomenal, like great, mindless, smutty, fun reads. Also on vacation, I read Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I know that a lot of people have issues with like, it's cyber stalking. The way that it was handled in this book didn't necessarily bother me. Like, it was literally the guy's job to keep track of their emails. It was weird, but it was addressed. I was okay with it. It was really short. It was a really fun kind of like poolside read. I'm not a giant Rainbow Rowell fan. I still don't think this made me a massive Rainbow Rowell fan, but I did like this story. I thought the characters were really cute. Lincoln was kind of adorable. I know that's another one that Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads likes. That one was sent to me by Lisa from Books and Smiles, and I just really appreciated being able to read it. And then I read the beginning 2 books of another series that's kind of smutty. I read Paper Princess and Broken Prince, which is the Royals series by Erin Watt. This is actually a writing duo, which I wasn't aware of. Erin Watt is also a pen name for somebody else that you guys will tell me about in the comment section because I can't remember offhand. Phenomenal, and also completely unrealistic. It's YA 50 Shades of Grey without graphic sex, but it's about a girl. Mother has died and she's parentless, and she goes to live with her father, who she's never met, his best friend. She becomes his ward, but he's the single parent of like 5 boys, and they're billionaires. They're just crazy rich, and she moves in with them, and the kids think that she's after dad's money, or that she, you know, whatever. They just don't trust her. They're all super sexy, of course, and there's obviously romance in this. Gross miscommunication that's like really clear to read through, but just like so trashy, amazingly fantastic. I love the characters. Some of them are just broken, but still so redeemable, and I love them all. I have the 3rd book of this series. I don't think that's all that's out. I know that there's going to be more, I think, than the 3, but I have the 3rd, and I do plan on reading that in August because this series was phenomenal. Just as a caveat here, small little aside, I will be doing a different way of doing wrap-ups. Dylan from Dylan the Reader 5, and I believe Kelly from Kelly's Bookspill are going to also be trying this for the month of August, where I finish a book and I sit down and I vlog style review it, and then I'll just piece together a whole bunch of those vlog style reviews at the end of the month for a wrap up. And then that way I can give you my thoughts as they're fresh in my mind instead of at the end of the month when I've forgotten everything. I think it's going to be a lot more cohesive, not in terms of editing, but it'll give you a better feel of how I actually feel about the books. And I think that that's important when I'm doing these, because I read so much, by the end of the month I've forgotten my ratings and some of the details, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to try that for the next month. I also read the first 2 books of a different series, because of course I couldn't just finish a series. I had to do the first 2 books of 3 different series. I read Beach Lane and Skinny Dipping by Melissa De La Cruz. This is about a trio of friends. They meet in this one in the Hamptons. They become au pairs for these like wickedly rich people in the Hamptons, and one is a socialite, one is a model girl from like the country, essentially, you know, like a bumpkin they think she is, who's just trying to make money so that she can pay her way through college. And then in this one, they meet up the next summer, and, you know, friendships have grown apart, and they're just trying to navigate the waters again. So it's a cute series. It's definitely a summery contemporary. There is romance, but it's not like graphic crazy romance. It's not like smutty. It's just a contemporary romance. They're not great. They're like 3-star reads, but they're quick, fun reads. So if you're looking for something that's just kind of like a great summer pool mindless read, these are pretty good. They're not fantastic masterpieces, but they're decent. I also read A List of Cages by Robin Rowe, and I'm not going to say too much about this because I have a review of it. I also have the live show. I will link both of them down below. I don't like this book. I gave it initially a 2-star rating. In the live show, I said it was a 3-star, and I went back to change it to a 2-star and realized it had already been a 2-star rating. I moved it down to 1. It wasn't for me, but I read it. Completely forgot to let you know about my audiobooks for July. First up, The Girls by Emma Cline, and that was a 3-star read for me. I felt like there was so much room for that to be a better book. It's loosely based off of like the Manson family and the girls that were involved in the Manson family, and it was really intriguing when the girls were at the like compound. You know, everybody knows why you're reading a book like that. You want the like drama and appeal of the compound and how girls get sucked into that. And the psychology of that was really interesting, but in general, it wasn't focused where I thought it was going to be. So not horrible, but not fantastic. Then I read Paranormalcy by Kirsten White, and I listened to this in audiobook form, but I do have the physical copy. This was a 3-star read for me as well. It was cute, but it was not a YA paranormal world that I feel compelled to continue with. So I'm gonna unhaul this because I'm not going to buy the rest of the books, and the rest of the audiobooks are actually not in my library's archive. It wasn't interesting to me. There's like a fae prophecy in this. There's fae in this. It should have been exciting for me, and it wasn't. It wasn't a bad read. It just wasn't one that I think I'm going to continue with. My only other audiobook that I read this month is actually Girls on Fire by Robin Wasserman. 94% of the way through this book, and it's shaping up right now to be a 3-star read. It's basically about really destructive female friendships. Trigger warnings for self-harm, suicide, sexual abuse, alcoholism, a ton. But it's kind of fascinating just how harmful and addictive and codependent female friendships can be. And of all the books that have kind of handled this topic, this one's kind of great. It gives you a dual perspective from both sides of this addictive friendship, and I love the audiobook. Like, the narration is just really cool. So I'm enjoying listening to it. I don't know if I would enjoy reading it as much, but listening to it has been really, really cool. Then we get into my BookTubeAthon TBR, which I will insert a clip of. That was all graphic novels, exclusively graphic novels. And let me tell you, it put me into such a reading slump because I don't want to pick up a book. I just want to read graphic novels now, which I do have more of and I will be continuing with because I just have found a new love for that format. Cue my BookTubeAthon footage here. Things look different. I'm at my sister's house dog sitting, and you're going to hear an echo because I'm in a very large room. I don't have my ring light. This is what my face looks like without fantastic lighting. Can you even with this face? Say hi, Squizzies. Oh, where are you going? I'm definitely allergic to cats, but I love this cat. All right, sweetheart. My BookTubeAthon will include as well my International BuddyAthon reading, and all of this is going to be included in my wrap-up for July. I'm going to do one cohesive giant wrap-up. I've read a lot already for BookTubeAthon. I have a couple different series here, and I ended up really liking a lot of them. So we're gonna go into the first one that I read, which was Twilight. I'm sorry, guys, because these are library books, so there's going to be like blinding. Stephanie Meyer still wrote it, and then it was an art and adaptation by Young Kim, and the art style in this was actually really cool. I put some up on Instagram. I ended up really liking this. It was just a little tiny bit different than the actual story, but still, I mean, you know the story, so it felt like kind of reading it again in a cool new way. I actually ended up really enjoying this. I don't remember what I rated it. I think probably 3 stars, but you can check it out on Goodreads. And then I went into Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, and I loved Nimona. Like, I loved this so much. This is a standalone. Nimona is a sidekick to a supervillain, and she is really like kind of pushing him to be like a little bit more evil. She's a shapeshifter. There's a scene in this that literally is on page 2. I posted about it on Instagram because it's when I fell in love with her. But he's saying he doesn't want a sidekick, and she's going, I'm not a girl, I'm a shark. And it was hilarious. Actually, also during Shark Week, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was so cute. The storyline in this, the arc of this, there's like, it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I loved this. I would absolutely read more if they brought more into this universe. It's kind of open-ended a little bit. I don't know. So I would read more if there were more in that. I did read volume 1, 2, and 3 of Lumberjanes, and this is by Noelle Stevenson as well, and then Ellis, Waters, and Allen, a couple different people as well. This was so cute. It is diverse. I love the focus on friendships. It's like a female, all-female Scooby-Doo kind of a thing set at a summer camp. There was great communication. I ended up really liking it. I think I might have taken off stars for just like general plot because it was so kitschy. He's gonna keep hitting this tripod. It really was sweet at the same time, so I think these were all between 4 and 3 star reads, and I'm definitely going to be continuing with this series. And then I read Sweet Tooth, and this is by Jeff Lemire. But I did end up liking this. It was dark. It was touching. I didn't like the art style in this one, but I ended up liking the storyline. Like, it's just really dark and kind of gory and very like Walking Dead-ish almost. I didn't love that part of it, but like the heart of it and the story of it, I really did like. Descender. So this one I did like. Again, the heart of the story is gorgeous. It's a really, really cute tale. The only thing I didn't love about this was that it was a little bit info dumpy. It's an intergalactic world. So there's all these different planets, all these different species, and there's like a galactic, like UN kind of a situation. There's names thrown out that I don't understand. In terms of that, it was a lot to take in all at once in the beginning and understand what was happening. But it was cute. It definitely left me in a place where I have no idea what's going on, so I may continue with this one, but it wasn't my favorite read of all the graphic novels, but it was really sweet. It was a very touching tale, like incredibly touching. Anita Blake, Vampire Hunter, Guilty Pleasures, Volume 1. And I'm so sad that my library system only has this one. Look at how like smutty this is. The Anita Blake series in general is pretty smutty, and this gets just as smutty on the inside. I mean, they don't show sexy time, but it gets pretty sexy timey. And this stays pretty true to the actual book series, which I really liked. I would probably continue with this if I could read them for free, but I'm a book buying ban, so I can't get these. I'm not gonna buy them. I feel like at some point I'll probably buy them, but I'm not buying them right now. So I actually really liked this. I think I gave it 3 or 4 stars, but it really felt like reading the books again, and I haven't read the books in a while, and I do want to reread them. So it was fun to read this because then I could kind of get back into that world and be back there with Anita and all the crazy guys in her life. This one was fun. And then last up for this part of the wrap up was Giant Days, and this one is by Allison Treeman and Cougar. I loved this. There's a very strong chance that this was my favorite graphic novel of the entire graphic novel collection that I read. This was so cute. Again, I love the friendships. They're very diverse, just in personality, the way that they come together. They're so cute. It's so funny. It's like freshman year of college, all the hijinks that you get up to, and I loved it. I really did. And I'm really surprised by how much I loved a lot of these. I loved Lumberjanes. I loved Giant Days. I really am excited to try to find more of the Anita Blake ones eventually, just because they were really fun. I have a lot more that I just requested that are coming in that will show up in wrap-ups in the future, because I'm finding that I'm really just enjoying graphic novels right now, and it was fun to have an entire week dedicated to just graphic novels. Now today's just Friday, but from Monday to Friday, I haven't read anything but graphic novels with the exception of audiobooks. So that's it for this portion of the wrap up, but these guys have to be back at the library prior to when my wrap up would be filmed, but I did complete all of the challenges. I will touch base with you guys in the next segment. See you then. All right, so after BookTubeAthon, the last 2 days of BookTubeAthon were actually my international BuddyAthon, which I was running with Adrienne from Share Inspire Journey Dream. She will be linked down below as well. That was so much fun. I did reading sprints. I was able to hang out with you guys and just really encourage some international friendship. I put books into a TBR jar, and the first one that I pulled was Orange. Orange was for my book set in a country other than my own. This obviously takes place in, I think, Japan. I liked this. This is a manga, so it's read back to front and right to left. It's all backwards, essentially. I gave, I think, 3 stars to. This annoyed me so much because you've got a girl who's in like 11th grade who doesn't know that when a guy holds out his hand to her, he wants to hold her hand. They're not communicating. She got a letter from the future saying that in 10 years, one of their friends is dead. And the book kind of goes from there, explaining all these ways that she's giving herself warnings and how to save him and to make sure you do X, Y, and Z so that he lives in the future. And then she's not doing those things because it requires her talking to him and she just can't open her mouth. And it just drives me crazy. But the moral and the message of this story is really cute. So I ended up still enjoying it. I am going to continue on to the second one, but there's plenty about this that really did annoy me. Then the second book that I read for the International BuddyAthon was I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, and because I'm reading it, I don't have the dust jacket on it. I am on page 292. I will finish this tonight. I will say it's not my favorite. May change my mind as I finish this, but it took me a very long time to get invested in it. The writing style is really weird. Magical realism-ish parts to this. There's just a lot about this that reading this was really difficult. Reading between what's real and what's not, as these kids just have really crazy out there ways of thinking, and these are narrated by both of the siblings. This is about Jude and Noah. They are twins, And at 13, they're friends, they're close. At 16, they're not talking, you don't know why. Noah narrates the 13-year-old selves and Jude narrates their 16-year-old selves, so you get both of their points of view. It's diverse, but it's confusing. I'm definitely invested in it at this point. It's not my favorite. It definitely has a cute message, at least so far, and I'm looking forward to reading through the end of it. So that is all of my reading for the month of July. I also have a couple of really quick announcements and reminders that I wanted to share with you guys. One, if you are buddy reading with me for the Facebook Buddy Read group and Java and the Librarians, the book of the month is The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torr. If you're interested in reading this, you can read along with us and we'll have the live show at some point in August. This is an erotic thriller, so if that's not your thing, that's fine. Catch up with us next month. But this is August book. Also, I wanted to let you know that the live drunk show will be August 19th on my channel, again at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will have our first ever drunk show co-host / special guest, and that will be Allie from A Hardback Hoarder. I am very excited to have her join us for some drinks, and I think we're gonna have a really fun, kind of risque tag to do with you guys. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, you'll have to tune in, but we're really excited to have Allie join us for this particular live drunk show. So remember, mark your calendars for August 19th. It's gonna be amazing. Please also mark your calendar for September 9th, 9/9 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. 9/9, September 9th, is my BookTube anniversary. It is my 1 year on BookTube, and I cannot wait to celebrate with all of you. I've decided to do this by doing a live show, and I will have a ton of bookish friends coming in and joining the live video feed. Right now, I think I have about 13 booktubers. Some of them are pairs, so there will be more than 13 people coming in to help celebrate my BookTube anniversary. So tune into that live show because you'll get to see a ton of familiar faces, maybe meet some great new booktubers. I know that I did over the past year, and I can't wait to celebrate with all of them. Also, because a lot of you have been messaging me privately on Twitter, Instagram, etc., I do want to let you know that I do have a Patreon link that is now in the description of all of my videos. This will be the last time that I mention it, but if you were interested in supporting me, you can do that. If you're interested in some perks or checking it out, head over to that link. Last announcement, I did say originally that I might want to do a Q&A for my birthday video, and because now I'm going to have all these people coming in, there's not going to be time to do a Q&A. But I would like to still do a Q&A in general for the 5K, which I should be hitting soon. If you have any Q&A questions for me, please definitely leave them down below for me. I would love to answer them. I will remind you guys again in other videos, but I just wanted to tack that on to this video. If you have any questions, definitely ask them down below. That's it for this video. It's super long. I'm gonna stop it now. But thank you for watching. I hope you like this wrap up and all of these announcements. I hope you're as excited as I am. Again, mark your calendar for August 19th and September 9th. If you liked this video, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.